Guys, I figured I'd show you a short video on how to farm the vision cards shards for the MR unit once you release it from the raid. Now the MR unit and Esper that you get from this raid is going to be the Liche. So you can see I've been farming it the last day and a half or so, and I have 130 shards. Now to max the card, you're going to need 220. So where I farm these shards is if you go to the far plane, and in the far plane you're going to find the Liche mission. Now there's a couple things to know about the Liche mission. When you log into the Liche mission, there are going to be 3 different levels of the Liche mission. As soon as mine logs in there. And this is where I farm the shards. And for this reason of farming the shards is why I like to go pretty hardcore on the raid the first couple days to get and beat the rare raid, which is Liche, 5 times. Once you've beaten it 5 times, it then unlocks the mission. So in events, down at the bottom, it'll have the Liche raids. Now here you can see there's 3 different levels. The very bottom one here, you can see unit level 60, and when you beat that, you get, 10 shards there. And just notice in this mission, down here at the bottom, obtainable items are the Liche shards. Here, the middle one, unit level recommended 80. That's the one I've been farming. And again, if you beat this one, you're going to see that you can also obtain the Liche shards. So you get 20 for beating it, and then again here at the bottom are the Liche shards. Now, the thing to notice about this top one here, recommended level 115, don't do it. I think personally that Gumi created this mission because these are really hard. Like level 115, no, you got to be bringing a team of 120s, all geared out, maxed equipment and everything to beat these raids. I think Gumi came out with these type of raids for those like content creators and those whales and stuff. They're like, we want more content. We want more content. They're like, fine, here, try and beat this. These are hard. And to get all the shards to max out Liche, you would have to beat and do all of these. No companion, 3 enemies at the same time. Like, I don't even mess with this. They're not worth my time. What I would rather do is I go in and I farm this middle one here. Now, optimally, you can use skip tickets. The key to skip tickets, though, is you got to make sure that you complete all these missions. So no KO'd units, no companion, defeat 2 enemies simultaneously, don't use items. Once you have done that, you then have the ability to skip. And that's going to be your fastest way. You can use skip tickets and blow right through these. Now, what I like to do is because we get so much energy, while I'm at work, I'll just set this on auto repeat and just let it go. Now, you may have to watch it 1 or 2 times. You're going to want to bring your strongest team depending on who you have. What you're looking at now is this is just my farming team where I'm trying to get some experience, get some residents, things like that. And this team almost dies. But so if you use skip tickets, you don't have to worry about that. You can bring whoever you want to, and you can just skip right through it. So if you see, we'll skip 1 battle, and we'll cross our fingers that we're going to get Liche shards. You're not going to get them every time, but more times than not, you're going to get some Liche shards. And so what I do is while I'm at work, this will just be running in the background in my desk. You see, I didn't get any Liche shards this time, but Got some growth eggs, which are always good. Got gill snappers, which are always good. And so then we can just go through. I'll just skip one more, see if we get any lich shards. Just go through, skip. If you're farming them, you can skip multiples. And of course, now that I'm recording this, I'm not getting any lich shards, right? But we'll just do one more. So we'll say, here, we'll just leave it at 10. We'll skip it 10 times because I have the skip tickets. So we'll skip it 10 times. We'll see how many lich shards we get from skipping it 10 times. So we'll skip it 10 times, getting some affinity. You can see there were some lich shards. There we can see this run right here gave me 5. So even though if you don't get one every time, so there we go. I skipped it 10 times and I got 9 shards. So basically it's going to average out to 1 shard or so a run. And if you don't have the skip tickets, like I said, you can just auto repeat this and have it run. So if I just run one for you, we can see the biggest thing here with the Lich is he's going to cast Doom on you. And I could bring my strongest team of all 100 cost, 120 units, and they can clear it a lot simpler. But then I feel that with my strongest team, they don't need anything. But with this team here, I'm really working on residents. That's the key to like my farming teams, is anytime I'm doing any type of content that really doesn't mean that much, I'm always using a team where I'm either trying to do residents with espers, trying to get gear proficiency, trying to get affinity between a couple units. That's why you see that I have the Rob. He's just getting experience to 99, so I can save my rainbow cubes. And then I have Velric, who I just started working on, so he's just working on residents. Let's see, Dressy, Glassy, and Oberon. They're working on their 3rd, I believe, Esper residents, because I always like to have all of my units with a minimum of 3 max residents with 3 Espers, so it gives me a little bit more flexibility when I'm making my teams, so that way they're not locked into one type of Esper. So you can see this team is doing fine. It's not a big deal. So usually this is just like running in the background. And as it's going, you'll see Lich hasn't done much yet, but you'll see, I think especially Glassy and Oberon sometimes might die or have a good close to dying, but then like Lich will walk up and see, there he goes. He just doomed 2 guys. So then they have 4 turns to finish the battle before they automatically die, which here isn't that bad. We can see Oberon's getting low, anything like that. So if your team can't pass it without dying, then you may want to go to the next level lower. It's just the Lich shards don't drop as often. But that's why I like to do the middle one here. And there has been raids before where like my farming team can't do it. I had to bring in my strongest team to be able to do it all in one go. So you can see, took a couple minutes. And when this is running on auto, because we get so much energy during the raid, that's why I like to get that Lich as soon as possible. And as soon as I get that level 5, then this is all that I'm doing. We can see we got 1 shard. I'm up to 140, and all I need is 220. So I'm looking at like another 80 more shards to be able to get the max shards for the Lich. And this is not going to come back. So if you don't get the shards for this while the event is going, then you're just going to lose out. So I may not build this card right now, but it's going to be nice to have the shards when I'm ready to build the card. And that way, when, at anniversary, when we're able to play 2 vision cards, that's when these MR cards are going to become very important. And as you can see, this ends in 11 days. So we have 2 weeks to farm the shards. I just like doing it during the raid week because we get so much energy. So hopefully that helps you guys out on farming those shards to max that MR vision card. All right, guys. Thanks. See you later.